Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to improve and fight better to become a Fortnite pro. Before I continue the video, shout out to Captical for the video idea. This was inspired by him. He had a really good video. Go check it out, link in the description. And before I continue, please like and subscribe, and let's get into the first tip to become a Fortnite pro. Now the first tip is just to have the best settings for your game so your PC can run faster or console, depending. Now for me, I use performance mode. It helps me run a lot faster. If you want to see a more in-depth analysis and settings video, I highly recommend watching It's Jarian's video right here. Anyway, now let's get into the second tip. The second tip is crosshair placement, where the aim is to reduce moving your crosshair, allowing for more consistency in your edits and allowing you to track a player better. This will allow you to make your editing a lot smoother and allow you to fight opponents without having to worry about missing an edit multiple times. I recommend trying Raiders Mechanics Training V4 map, which has lots of different options to improve your mechanics and crosshair placement, and it also has other options like free building and fighting bots, which can just allow you to improve your mechanics. Speaking about mechanics, it's time for tip 3. Tip 3 is high ground retakes, which can be very important to try and get high ground over your opponents. Now this is commonly used in creative rather than in-game, because in Battle Royale you do box fight players a lot more. However, knowing some moves is still very important and can help you win fights a lot more than you'd think. So I am going to show you 3 high ground retakes to help you improve your fighting. Now this first one is this ramp protected one, where you place walls around you and then a ramp which allows you to protect yourself. You can do this from both sides and it is a very protected retake. You can also just do straight up ramps, and if your opponent is right on the other side of the ramp, this is a very fast way to try and get high ground from someone. I'll show a clip of this in an actual scenario. Now I understand this might not be the most accurate scenario, as we were kind of both just free building a lot in this fight, but it does give an idea that trying to use the stairs to protect yourself is a very protected way if your opponent is on the other side of the stairs. Now the second retake is what I call protected 90, which is a variation of a 90 but has a lot more protection and may be a bit slower, but it does rely on protecting yourself a lot more from your opponents. Now here I'm going to show you how to do it. So when you go up for a triple edit, you want to flip your cone and place another cone above you as you go up. And this is basically a very protected version of a 90. It just is a little slower and will take time. The final high ground retake is just like a triple edit to the side. Now just like all the other high ground retakes, this is best used as a combo instead of just spamming the same high ground retake over and over. But I like this one because you change direction a lot, which can help you be more confusing and allow you to get an advantage over the enemy. Now it's time for tip 4, which is piece control. Tip 4 to become a better fighter in Fortnite is piece control. Piece control is arguably the most important mechanic to know, as it allows you to take pieces of your opponent's builds and allow you to gain control over a fight. Now this can be done in various ways, from just trying to take someone's cone to full boxing them, or even taking pieces of theirs that they haven't even got to yet, which I call pre-piecing, just like pre-firing. I'm going to show you an example of what pre-piecing is. So as I'm fighting my opponent, and I end up getting the wall here, and I full box him, and I realize there's only options to go down, so as he tries to edit the floor, I end up taking the pieces below him and just spray him down and get a nice and easy kill. Now piece control is probably the most essential technique in fighting, which allows you to assert dominance and confidence within each fight you take. Peaks are extremely important to become a good fighter, as when you verse good players you want to be able to avoid taking as much damage as possible, and even against bad players who don't use much skill, you want to be able to try and outskill them to win fights. Taking lots of right hand peeks is probably the most efficient way to peek, as left hand peeks you're more exposed. I also like doing these little side peeks, where you just edit a little part and then shoot them down there. You can also do edits from far away and take good peeks from there, as you can see there. It kind of just depends on the situation, but just having a good variety of different peeks you can take is very important in a fight. Tip 6 is aim, which is one of the most simple but challenging techniques to develop to become a good Fortnite player. If you're playing keyboard and mouse, I highly recommend trying out Kovacs, which is a pretty good tool to improve your fighting. Otherwise, using aim practice maps in Fortnite is probably the best way to do it, especially if you're a controller. However, there isn't that much I can say for aim, it's kind of just repetition. Now for tip 7, I believe in confidence in your fighting, and I recommend playing ranked because all these techniques that you develop here aren't actually useful if you can't use it in a real game scenario under the real pressure that you'll get within a game. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll try and get out some more uploads in the next few weeks.